What's up? Welcome into your daily Buckeye Blitz. You want the crazy eyes? Here's the crazy eyes. Buckeye Blitz. Let's blitz it for a Thursday, hump day. Day behind, dollar short, something like that. Thursday, October 13th, 2022. I'm Joe from the Buckeye Cast, bringing you your Buckeye 5-minute podcast / video / whatever. Today's show is grading the Buckeyes through the midway point of the season. This is a good time for a bye, right smack dab in the middle of the season. So after 6 weeks, this is how I grade each position. Starting off with the quarterbacks, CJ Stroud. Sorry, Kyle, you don't get much consideration in this grade, but A-. I'm gonna grade the quarterbacks as a whole, mostly because we haven't seen anybody else run the offense other than CJ, and CJ gets the minus also for that stinker of a game against Rutgers. So A-, room for improvement, as there should be with every position group. Moving on to the running backs, I'm going to give them a B. Because they both have kind of picked up the slack. Mayan's really stepped up his game since Trey went down, and then Trey came in last week, and they're both kind of very similar in their stats. Mayan has 497 yards. Trey has 436. Their yards per attempt, Mayan's a little better, 7.8, and Trey 6.3. You can't really compare the TDs because Mayan had 5 in one freaking game. So right now they're 8-4 in favor of Mayan, of course. But hope to get these guys back and healthy, and we can increase their workload and see more production out of them. But right now I got them at a flat B. Receivers, A- as well. I think there's room for improvement here, not just because JSN is out. I know that the young guys have really stepped up, and Julian Fleming has contributed. Obviously Marv is a monster, and Emeka has really stepped up and showed what he's capable of. But these guys are 4- and 5-star receivers. I mean, this shouldn't be too surprising, especially Emeka. He was a 5-star, Julian 5-star, Marv a high 4. So I would say Xavier Johnson, the former walk-on, is a pleasant surprise, but still, I think there's room for improvement. There's still some drops here and there that are kind of upsetting, and I think they need to continue to improve and step their game up, even when JSN is back. O-line, I'm going to give them a B, just a flat B, because some of the blocking needs to improve, especially like Donovan Jackson's pass blocking. He's rated at a 64.6 on PFF for pass blocking. His run blocking is awesome. It's off the charts, 85.7. But the pass blocking has got to come up a bit and equate with his run blocking. Matthew Jones is solid. Everybody else is solid. Luke Whippler is having a great season. His pass blocking is off the charts at an 88.5. But I think as a whole, we talked about Dwan Jones and the penalties. Who knows when that's going to rear its ugly head again. So all in all, as a unit, I go B, and plenty of room for improvement for everybody. Tight ends, I'm going to go B there as well. We only have really seen Cade and Mitch Rossi. That's about it. I know Joe Royer's going through some off the field issues. I think he had a death in his family. So I feel for you. It's just, I'm not seeing any depth really. Freaking Herb Street's son played, for crying out loud. So G. Scott did get into the mix, but he's gotten very few snaps. He's had 91 snaps, so not great. He needs to continue to improve, especially on the blocking. We know he can catch the ball. That's not an issue. So as a unit, let's see some improvement there. Also, I know it comes with the offense, getting the opportunities in the offense is difficult as a tight end. I know, but I think there's room for them to continue to get better. Let's flip it over to the D line. I'm going B- there, mainly because without Mike Hall, who's really doing much? I know Zach Harrison had one big game where he jumped off the screen, but where's JT Tuamoloau? Where's and Teron Vincent did have one good game. Yes, I'll give you that. But I think I know JT gets held a lot. You know, the coaches admit that too. They've noticed it on tape. Coach Johnson said it the other day. But I think as a unit, especially starting with JT, things got to get better. And Jack Sawyer, I haven't seen a lot of production out of him at all. What's he have? Maybe one sack, knocked down a pass here or there. So, yeah. Jack has 0 sacks according to PFF. So he does have a couple hits on the quarterback and stuff. So as a unit, plenty of room for improvement outside of Mike Hall. Hopefully Mike Hall is healthy going forward and finishes the season strong. So flipping back to the linebackers, this is mostly just Tommy and Steele. You know, I give them an A. Mostly because they've really made vast improvements in the offseason, considering where they were this time last year and how much of a clusterfuck it was at linebacker. I'd say A for these guys. Tommy has just been insanely good, leading the defense in total snaps even. And just, you know, continues to make plays everywhere. Leading the team in tackles, not even close, and assists. He's doing everything, pressuring the quarterback. I hope he doesn't go pro after the season, honestly. Steele still has some room to improve, but he's second on the team in tackles. That's nothing to sneeze about. He's got a sack, some pressures. So continue to improve Steele. For the safeties, let's go to that group. I give them an A-. Again, judging by where they were a year ago, this safety, you know, it's a safety-driven defense. Have you heard that? Big fucking secret, right? Yeah, they just say it like every week, at least 10 times. But the safeties, Ronnie Hickman, stud, still, I was concerned about him moving back to that free safety spot, but he's adjusted perfectly. Did you catch that? Adjusted. He's the adjuster. That's what they call his position. Beauty Clark. Who else back there? Latham's playing great too. I mean, just had that awesome interception in last week's game. Who else? Safety Tanner McAllister doing well. He has allowed 56% reception percentage, so got to tighten that up a little bit, play a little tighter in coverage. But all in all, I give them an A-. They've been one of the bright spots behind the linebacking group. Now, corners. Where do we start here? I'm giving them a C-. And again, kind of comparing to last year, Denzel Burke was a lockdown corner last year. Not so much this year. Does have 4 PBUs. It's good. But his completion percentage is still at 58%. Cam Brown, 64%. You gotta cut down on that shit. Touchdowns, Cam's allowed 1. Denzel has allowed 2. J.K. Johnson, he's at a 57% completion. That's fine. He hasn't had a ton of snaps anyways. He's only had 110 snaps in pass coverage. Jair Brown, only 48 snaps in pass coverage, and he's got a 37% completion percentage. So again, teams are going after Burke. That's obvious. He has 19 total targets. Cam Brown, 14. So got to continue to get better, get healthy. I know that they're both been a little dinged up, but there's still a ton of room for improvement. And this mostly lies with the starters, Burke and Cam Brown. Finally, special teams, I go B+ there. And Jesse Mirko is basically Jesse Micro, whatever you want to call him. Micro. Anyway, I don't know why that's funny. Jesse Micro is carrying this special teams unit. We've had some inconsistencies with kickoffs, kicker kicking it out of bounds, whoever that guy is, and then Chip Trainum bouncing two off of his knees two separate times. Can't have that. Got to secure the catch. May have to consider putting somebody else back there. I don't know. So B+ for the special teamers. Plenty of room for improvement there. So that's my grade. Overall, I give the Buckeyes an A-. I think we've done what we should do thus far, 6-0, undefeated. We haven't had a close game yet. Notre Dame game was tight-ish, but we put together a drive in that late third and fourth quarters to seal it. So did what we should do. So those are my grades. Let me know what you guys think. Give me your grading breakdowns for each group if you like, and comment on the video, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Go Bucks.